All right, gentlemen. Just want to welcome all of you. Solo, welcome. Um, Amara, welcome. Pona, welcome. Teddy, welcome. Mama Call, I should have said lady and gentlemen. So Mama Call, welcome. And okay, yeah, that was Solo. That was the army down here. So like I said earlier, AB is running a few minutes late. We're gonna go over the integration of Grafana and Splunk. Today. Maybe we'll be taking care of that. So in the meantime, there's a few things we didn't touch with the Linux operation. So I want us to review that quick um, while we wait for AB to come on. But before we do that, and before I share my screen, does anybody have any question, any difficulties you having to power your machine on or
My
whatsoever?
machine is not coming on.
What do you mean it's not coming on? What are you doing?
I'm trying to access. I put in my IP address, but it's not. I don't know why. Section spy keep telling me.
Hold
I
on,
have
you
to
sounding
did.
very low. Yeah, you said you did what?
It's not opening. Close the throttle to stop and scratch, but stay. It's not working. I put in my IP
All
address.
right, let me see. Um, yeah, Solo, I see your hand up.
No, I just wanted to tell Mama Call to look in the group chat when AB sent the new listing last night. Just look at where you got your name and then make sure to use that particular IP address on the end of that page. That's the new IP address you have to use, not the old one, because the old one isn't going to work anymore.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, Mama Call. So go look in the WhatsApp chat, okay? And use the API. I didn't even know. Well, I know there was an issue with the cloud yesterday, but I didn't know there was new API addresses already assigned. So go use that. Anybody else? Are we all good? Everybody is able to connect to the new IP address. Please type yes in the chat if you can. Let me make sure everybody is on track. For me, I'm using my personal account, so I don't need to reset.
Chris, for me, I'm not because AB did not reassign me any. I'm in touch with him though, so I'm just observing.
Okay, no problem. No wahala. Kona alone is connected to the new IP address. Guys, if you are, please just type yes in the chat. Let's make sure everybody is on track.
Uh, um, I, I'm connected, but I think I'll be following because since Thursday the internet been bad yet, so I don't make any movement. So I'll just be
Okay.
following them.
I hope you're going back to watch the videos because these classes, oh my God, why did you make yourself the host?
Who?
Wait a minute.
Me? Hey.
Maybe not, maybe it wasn't you.
It wasn't
I
me.
seen somebody made themselves host here. Okay. Um, what I was saying is that when you miss class or you're not following anything in class for any reason, make sure you go back and watch the videos because it's very easy to be left behind in this class. Very easy. You miss one day and you don't go back to follow up, you can get lost quickly. Okay, so try to go back and watch the videos, practice the practical that we do in there, and make sure you're up to date. If you have any blockers or any difficulties, you can post it in the chat and we'll be able to help you out. Um, all right, I assume everybody is able to connect to the machine. So let me share my PowerPoint if I can find it. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about processes in the Linux system and how we can manage processes in the system. Okay. So we have different processes. We have the daemon, we have the orphan process, the parent process, the zombie process, and the child process. What does these things mean? What is a process? A process is, in simple terms, is an instance of a running program. An instance of a running program. Whenever you issue a command in Unix, it creates or starts a new process, right? This is why when you it almost like, how do I even put it? Okay, say maybe you're browsing on your computer or you're browsing on your iPhone, right? Or your cell phone. It shouldn't be iPhone. Um, and you have a video you're watching, and in that video there's a link. Say click on this link. Then maybe when you go clicking that link while watching the video in that link, there's another link for you to click, right? Every link that you click on is a process that is running in the foreground. So that's why sometimes your computer or your cell phone, it gets slow because why you have a lot of processes running in the background, right? So every link that you click, every video you click on whatsoever, processes are running in the background. So that's why sometimes when you're browsing on your phone, you realize the phone is slow or whatever, the battery is running down pretty quick. It's a good idea to go and close all the applications that are running in the foreground. So those are processes. All right. So when you try out the ls command to list directory or content, you started a process. So basically any command you run, whether it's a ll, ls, or vi, whatever it is, that's a process that has been started, right? It's a process that has been started. Process ID. The operating system track processes through a 5-digit ID number, no, a PID. A lot of time when you're system admin, even not just restricted to system admin alone, being a DevOps engineer, sometimes you have to troubleshoot while the server is being slow. Sometimes you're gonna have to check what processes is running on the system. We did a little bit of that when we did a system performance review a couple of weeks ago. You have to troubleshoot while the server is running slow, right? And you have to see what processes is running and how much percentage of the CPU that process is consuming, how much percentage of the drive that process is consuming on the system. All right. And how do you find the processes? You identify them by process ID. So say if you identify a particular process that is consuming a lot of CPU on the system, what you do is you write that process ID down, or you take that process ID down, and then you kill that process by using the ID. Okay. I'm going a little bit on myself, so let me slow down a little bit. We'll get to that. So each process in the system has a unique process ID. So PIDs, which is process ID, eventually repeat because all the possible numbers are used up and the next PID rolls or start all over. At any time, no two processes will have the same PID, in the system because it is the PID that Unix uses to track each process. No process will ever have the same PID. It's almost like how they call it, your social security number, right? Or let me just say driver license. You and nobody gonna have the same driver license. Your driver license is unique to you. Same as processes, right? Those process ID are unique to each process. So they are not interchangeable. Type of processes. So in Linux, there can be two type of processes. I made mention of this: foreground, background. The foreground process requires a user to start them or to interact with them, also referred to as our interactive process. So foreground processes was the one I was talking about earlier, where you click on, you open your web browser on your phone. Say maybe you're on Facebook or TikTok, and it say click on this video, you click on that video. In that video, there's another link, you click on it. Just how you keep clicking and clicking and clicking, those are processes that are running in the foreground. So those kind of processes are called what? Foreground processes because it requires the user to initiate them. They don't start up by themselves. So background processes, they run independently of a user. They don't require a user to initiate them. So they're referred to as not interactive or automatic processes. And these processes sometimes, not even sometimes, most of the time, these are processes that are installed on the system. They run by default. Okay? They run by default. Programs and command run as program processes by what? Default. All right. If I'm running too fast, let me know. If you have any question, please raise your hand.
Hey, Chris.
And yes,
No, I just
yes.
joined.
Oh, you say hi?
Yeah, just joined.
Okay. Welcome. So starting a process, how do we start a process in Linux? By default, every process that you start runs in the foreground. It gets its input from the keyboard and send it output to what? The string. Input and output, right? Those of you that did basic computer skills before, which is your input and output. Um, you have your input devices and you have your output devices, right? You have your hardware and your software, all the little stuff. So, and if needed some output from the CLI, the CLI stands for command line interface. The command line interface is what you use on your mobile extern or maybe your window PowerShell, right? Those are all command line interface, or maybe on your how they call it CLI from how they call it AWS. Those are all command line interface. All right. So it will wait for the user to enter it. For example, the ls command. If I want to list all the files in the current directory, I can use the ls command. I can use ll command. All right. I can also use list. Okay. It will display the content of the directory on the foreground. The content of the directory on the foreground. All right. Now, don't forget, we said what? Foreground require user to what? Initiate them, right? So if it lists the content of the directory on the foreground, meaning what? That was initiated by the user. Starting the process. While a program is running in foreground and taking much time, we cannot run any other command or start any other process. Yeah, you run into days when your system becomes too cluttered. So now when the computer is running slow, you type a command and that command will just be there and just be waiting for it to execute. So until that command is executed, you're not going to do anything on that system. So this is because prompt will not be available until the program finishes a process and comes out. That's why. All right. We experience that with Windows computers too. Those of you that use Windows computer a lot. So now you're clicking on something and it's not even opening. Trying to open a file, it's not even opening, right? It's because there's a process running in the background. Usually the Windows computer, you see a little thing turning and turning and turning. For Linux, you don't see that. You may see your cursor blinking. That's the most you're gonna see. But most of the time, you're not gonna see anything happening. The system is gonna freeze until that process is executed successfully before you are able to execute anything else. Okay? So, but there are some tricks we can use to stop a process. All right? Listing process, listing running processes, excuse me. So it's easier to see your own process by running the PS command, process status, PS command, process status. Okay? One of the most commonly used flag for PS is -F. And the F is for full, that's F for full option. It provides more information as shown in the following example. All right, so this is the point at what we're going to put up our machine and we're going to put this into practice, okay? So please, guys, put in the machine. Don't just allow me to do this by myself. So if we run ls here, ls is a command. And that command is running while in the foreground because it did not execute by itself. I initiated it, right? So if we run PS, these are our processes that are running on the system, right? And this is what we're talking about here. You see PID, process ID, right? So this is the process ID right here.
Are you showing?
This false,
Are you
huh?
are you showing anything on it? Because we are seeing you, we're not seeing anything that you're showing apart from you. We're seeing your image. Are you sharing the page?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought I've been sharing the whole time. Sorry, my
No,
bad. Oh, but were you seeing the PowerPoint before? The
no,
PowerPoint I was sharing, were you guys seeing it before?
no. I have not been
Oh,
seeing.
okay,
I have
yeah.
not seen any
Then
PowerPoint here since.
that's not
No.
good. All right, my bad. Let me do that now, okay? Thank you for bringing that to my attention. All right. So, okay, with that being said, let me just back up a little bit because I need you to see the visual of what I'm talking about here. Back up. All right. So I've told you guys we're going to talk about the process management, right? Processes in the Linux system. And we talk about what is a process. It's an instance of a running program, right? Whenever you issue a command in Linux or Unix, it create or start a new process. And when you try out an ls command to list directory content, you started a process. All right. And we got process ID. Process ID is a 5-digit ID node that is assigned to each of the process that is running, right? And each of those ID is unique. And I give the example of a driver license. You and nobody going to share the same driver license or social security number. It is unique to just you. That's the same as the processes, right? Um, no two processes can have the same ID at the same time. Okay. Now we have two types of processes. One is foreground, one is background. Foreground requires a user to initiate it. Background is usually it's not interactive, it's automatic. It's usually installed on the system already. Okay. Um, and then how to start a process, right? You say how to start a process. Once you run a command on your system, that initiate a process. And that process will be considered a foreground because what? A user has initiated that process. All right. And if we need some output from our command line interface, um, sometime when you have a process already running in the foreground that has not been successfully executed, it will cause a screen to freeze. You won't be able to type anything, so now you won't be able to close that window. Okay. Until the process complete, there's nothing else that can be executed. All right. And then we also talk about okay, that's what I was just talking about. When the process is taking too much time, no other process will function. And this because prompt would not be available until the program finishes its process and comes out. Comes out meaning you have your display or your output on your command line interface, right? So listing running processes. There's two commands we use, the PS and PS-F, right? And this is the point where I said we should go to our machine so that we can put this into practice. So if you haven't done that, please pull your machine up and let's run these little commands. Most of the commands you're already used to them, right? So I ran ls. Ls is a process that I initiated, so it's considered a foreground process. I ran my PS. PS will show me. PS means what? Process status. And if you run your PS, it will show you the processes that are running on your system. Right now, the CMD will command the time, and then we have the process ID. Process ID. This is the 5 digits number we were talking about earlier. So each process has this number, very unique. If you look here, we have 64426, we got 64427, 64457, right? Everything here is different. So if I need to kill this process, so okay, my system is slow, and this bash here process, It's using up about 90% of my GPU or my CPU. So let me kill this process. You're going to run your kill-f command, and then you kill that process. Okay? All right. So please let me know if you have any question. And then we'll also have a PS-F. So dash F will give you little more juice to the PS command. See the difference? We ran PS, and this is all we were able to get, right? Right? Now we added the dash F meanwhile full information. It giving us what? The user that are running this process. And it is important to know which user is running any process you want to kill, because you can't just go on a system, especially in production, and start killing processes because it's fitted on CPU. You can't do that. If you do that, you will break something in production. Even in the dev environment, you can just go to your dev environment servers and start killing processes because they're consuming too much of the CPU. You have to find out which of the user is using those what processes. Please go on mute. If you're not talking to us, please go on mute. Thank you. So you have to find out which user is running this process, and then you got to get in touch with that user. Say, hey, I see you running so. All right, let me see who that is so I can mute them.
I'm dead.
Okay. All right, guys, please let's be mindful, okay? We gotta avoid interrupting class. So if you're not talking to us for any reason, just put yourself on mute. Okay? Okay.
Those are saying the messages on your WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're back now? All right. All right, AB. Just give me like 5 minutes. Okay. So yeah, the pf-f will add more juice to this ps command, right? So here you're able to see the user that is using this process, the PID and the PPID. You see the what S time, system time, and then you see the time command, right? So the ps-f we ran is a process that is running, right? So guess what? It has a process ID. It has a process ID. All right. The PS command will run up here. Guess what? It's a process that is running. So it has its own process ID. Are we getting it? All right. So I got 5 minutes to wrap this up. Now, when we get back here, see my computer was just turning right now, so I couldn't move. All right. So the PID is process ID. The PPID is what parent ID. You can go over this chart and just familiarize yourself with these different terms. And the CMD is a command that started the process. The time is the one, the CPU taking, the time taken by the CPU at that process, right? TTY is the what, terminal type associated with the process. The S time is what, process start time. C stands for what, CPU utilization. Another simple command you can run again to be able to check the processes and all the stuff that are running in the background. In the foreground is the top command. We did this command before, right? You run your top command and you have a lot of information on here, right? See all the process ID listed here. You see the user, and a lot of useful info. Okay, we're talking about the CPU percentage, right? See that here? So this is where you find out how much percentage of the CPU is being used by this process. You will see the memory, percentage of memory being used, and the time of the command, what have you, and what have you. Okay? So that's how it is. I will stop here and I will allow it to take over. When we finish with the integration of Grafana and Splunk, then we can come back to this and we'll be able to finish this presentation. Okay. So AB, the floor is all yours. You can take over.
Thank you, Chris. Good afternoon, everybody. And yesterday was a glitch and a bug that we had in our system. So what happened, or what I did yesterday, was to re-provision an update that kind of reset all of the servers that belongs to each and every one of you in AWS. So again, I've take full responsibility for that, and we have redistributed your server's name assigned personally to you. I did share that in your group chat yesterday. You can see it, and I'm 100% sure that every one of you have accessed your server now, right? And I'm very sorry for that. Yesterday, that was a bug that we had to come up with that solution to reset the environment. So again, every one of us have access to our server right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is that what we did yesterday was we did set up Splunk yesterday, and but because we have lost access to everything because everything was refreshed, so what I'm going to do today, everyone here in this class know the process to set up Splunk or build that infrastructure. So I'm going to share my screen and put a script on, right? And I'm going to read that script. And as I read the script going to tell you what task or execution it's going to be doing. And this script is nothing but to set up Splunk and Grafana because we did it before, right? We did set up Grafana before using the manual step, which you already know how to do that. And then we also did yesterday to set up Splunk. And then we access it, but the issue that we had yesterday, because many of you had some NSG rules that were blocking, and some of you NSG rule was unblocked. So to fix that, we have to reset that environment yesterday and provision and new NSG rules that were applied to all. And that changed your server's IP addresses. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to share my screen again so I can walk you through the process. So please be very attentive. Like I said, this is a very important course that is not part of your PowerPoint slides yet, because in your PowerPoint slide, it is there. It talks about monitoring, but to drill down into the actuality of monitoring is not part of your PowerPoint slides. So please take down notes and be very attentive. I am going to start sharing my screen right now. Yeah. Let me know if you can see my screen. Are you guys able to see my screen?
No. Yes, we can see you now.
Okay. Awesome. As you all log into your servers. Yeah, Chris.
Oh, you're gonna share the script, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So my screen is shared. All I'm doing here, as you have all logged into your server, I'm also logging into my server, not from Mobile Extend. You don't have to log into server always from Mobile Extend, guys. I did tell you your server can be logging from any location once that location is a terminal. All right. Once that location is a terminal, you can log into your server from any locations. Okay. So I am logging to my server, and as you log into your server, before I get to this, I just want to share few things to make sure that we are all here on the same page. Okay, so I'm going to go to AWS. At some point in time when you're doing cloud, every one of these AppDat students in here will have IAM access to the platform in AWS. So, and this is the same server that you're going to be keeping unless there's a need arises that we have to increase the server capacity and something, then we're going to do an upgrading. So let me bring the Zoom screen on the other screen. Awesome. Okay, what screen can you guys see? AWS, right?
Yes, AWS.
Okay, good. All right. So these are the servers. You will see AppData Management 1, AppData Management 2, AppData Management 3, AppData Management 4. It belongs to us. And you see Leecon. This server belongs to Leecon. Amara, Conan, Mama Call, Kelvin, Manti, Layton. If I didn't spell your name correctly, forgive me, but it does not change anything. Bindung, Newberry, JB, George, AppData Management. There I have reserve here, right? I have reserve 1, 2, 3 to 4. So this server have been reserved, and just in case. Okay. So I believe that every one of you took your server information down and you have logged into your server. The question you might ask is, what is the credential we need to use, right? It's the same credential, which is the AppData Management PEM key. That is the credential you should be using to access these servers. All right. So having said that, I'm going to go back to my Bible, and I am logging to my server as root, and I would like us to create a project. All right, create a project directory called Linux Engineering Project. Linux Engineering Project. And in that project, you're going to create a file, and that file should be called install _splunk _grafana.sh. This is your first task.
You put the name of the project in the chat.
Yes, please. I'll do that right now. All right. What did I click on here? My icon is turning to a cross here. Beacon, go back to the chat from yesterday. You will see your IP address. Everything is in that chat that I sent. There's a big file that I shared with you yesterday. Your server IP address and all the details are there.
And what is the file we're creating in this directory?
The file you're creating will be install. Let me put it in the chat again. Install Splunk grafana.sh.
Sorry, Chris. I wasn't with my desktop just now. Which file we creating again? Directory?
The directory name is in the chat, Amara. Can you see my screen?
I can see a screen.
Okay, but the directory name is in the chat as well. And then the file name is in the chat. The file is called install Splunk grafana.sh.
The directory is Linux Engineering Project.
Okay. Why is Carton asking for link to the class right now? But let me see. Give me a thumbs up if you completed this part of it, okay? Please give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Are we all good, class?
Yes, I'm good.
All right. Kona is good, but he did not get a thumbs up. Amara is good, he can get a thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
I'm not mentioning you, Chris. Your thumbs up is a big thumbs up. Mr. Brian, please let me know if you still have issue on accessing your server. All right.
I'm trying to go grab so I should get a PowerPoint chat yesterday, that's what.
Okay. All right, I give you 1 more minute so I can proceed. For those of you that have not done the step, just remember to do it. I will have to proceed. Because the instructor gave me 1 day for this thing, but then I have to take 2 days because of yesterday downtown. Kelvin, are we good? Who log in here as this owner? OWNER. Who's this person?
Maybe it's me. I haven't created my name yet. I'll do it later.
Oh, okay. All right, let me do that for you. That's my brother logging in as owner. All right, brother, kick the man out, Chris. Okay. I think you log in from the browser. That's why. So we're not able to create that name. All right. So now the next thing is if you do an ls in this folder, the file that you created here is not yet an executable file. Now the reason why you added .sh, so sh represent a script. All right. Any file in any system that you see .sh to a, meaning that file is a script. All right. That file is a script. And what kind of script it is? That file is a shell script. Know that that file is Kevin Shiban. All right. So that file is a shell script. If you see any file that has that py to it, that file is a Python script. Okay. But I'm not teaching you Python right now, but I just want you to know, right? So just know the difference. So that's the reason why you added that sh to that, because it is a script. Now, to make it executable, right? Because when we're executing, when we're running the script, we need that script to be in the executable mode. So to do that, there is a command that we run. We run a command called chmod. chmod plus x. All right. Space the name of the script. And what is the name of the script? Install.sh. So do it and hit enter. So when you ls, your script will be green. Mine was already like that because I did it. So yours will turn to green instead of being white, okay? Confirm that by doing ls. And let me know if that's what you see. Awesome. Band. All right. So once we do that, we're going to edit this file and then paste our script into that file. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the script in a notepad. And then you're going to download that script, copy that script, and then paste it. Then I will open the script in my VS Code here and read the script to us to tell you what the script is doing. Okay. And as I read the script, the command that we executed yesterday, you will see that I will be calling out some of those commands that were executed yesterday. You'll be like, oh, I see, because that was the same way we manually install Splunk and Grafana. So in this position right now, we are automating the process. And what is automation? Automation increase speed and productivity, right? And make tasks to get executed or deployed in a very faster way within the speed of light. While the manual approach will make us to what? Manually execute command on the CLI until that particular task get executed. So which of these, like both commands, like the way of doing things, the scripting aspect or the automation aspect and the manual aspect, which one do we consider?
Scripting automation.
Yes, we consider both, but the enterprise standard is the automation. You know why we consider both? It is because if you don't know what Splunk is, if you don't know how to install Splunk, if you don't know what command is used to install Splunk, if you don't know what command is used to start Splunk, you won't know how to write a script, right? So you have to know how these processes work before you can automate it, right? Every one of you in the class know how to install an EC2 instance. Every one of you in this class know how to create a user account, right? Every one of you in the class know how to create group, know how to do file permission. So if your instructor said, like, automate the process to create 500 user account and add these 500 users to a QA group, but they should not have access to production group, you will know exactly what he's trying to do. Now you can put it into scripting to automate the process. So that is exactly what we are trying to accomplish. All right. So we already gone through the manual process, but today we're going to look at the automation part of it. Okay. So I am going to add this script in the notepad. One second. Remember, when you're running this script, if your server is not updated with the latest dependency or packages, some of this stuff going to fail. and you have to update them. Or sometimes some command that I'm putting in the script at that time or point in time will be deprecated, and we'll have to tweak it. That's what we call tweak. We got to tweak these things when they break. As an engineer, your responsibility is what? You are a solution developer. All right? You build and then you deploy. If things break, you fix it. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. All right, so let me send this script from my notepad that I have in here. 1 second. Let me know when you see it. Send it to the Zoom chat, guys. Let me know when you see that. I'm going to put it on my screen as well. I'm going to give myself enough space as I go through this to explain. Let me know when you have your script open on your system so that we can read the script together, okay? All right. Are we all good? I want us to be very interactive today. So let up, unmute yourself. It should not be voice over, but just talk, let's have this technical conversation, all right, to make sure that we are on the same page.
And the script you send, we will put it in the runner, right? The last one you send install Splunk.
Yes, that is the script that I've sent in the Zoom chat. All you need to do is to save that script, open it, and put it in that file that you created on your server called install underscore Splunk underscore grafana.sh. That script need to be in there. But before you get in there, you can open your VS Code if you have a VS Code so that it can give you a visual display for you to be able to look at the script. Or you can open it in your notepad. You can remain in your notepad as I read the script. When I finish reading the script, we will take the script and put it into this file together so that we can all be on the same page. All right? So I believe that every one of you have added a script in your system.
Everyone, when I open the script, it opens in two different ways. One of them is on title, file 1sh, and we open it doesn't open like the way it's supposed to open to display. No, I don't know what. It's
How
not.
are how are you opening the script?
So I just
Are
click
you
it.
opening it with Notepad? Because you have to open the script with Notepad because it is in Notepad.
Do you have VS Code installed on your computer? By the time you download it to your local PC and you click the open it, it's going to take you straight to your VS Code with the code already open.
Yeah, that's also a best option too as well.
I got VS Code, but
So if you have VS Code and you right click on that script, there's an option called Open With, right? When you point to Open With, you will see various options. You will see VS Code, and when you see, you will see there also choose another app. Click there, it will expand, and there where you will see Notepad, just in case if you want to open it in Notepad.
all right, I'm trying to.
But if you just double click on that script, they're going to yell at you. It's not going to open the way you want it to open. Okay?
Okay.
Who else experienced the same problem as Coda or experiencing problem? I got Kelvin. I got Mama Call. I got Jib Willie. Jib Willie, you are like New Year, so do your best to watch the recording from day one so you can start catching up. Okay. And Amara, what's up? Liton, what's up?
Yes, I'm done. Sorry, I did not post in the chat.
Awesome. Welcome, Carton. All right, guys, it's time to read the script. All right. Everybody focus on my screen. Everyone focus on my screen for now. Okay, so the first part of the script is defining which environment we are executing the script from. There is something we call shebang, S-H-E-B-A-N-G, shebang. So whenever we are writing a bash script, we start with this. And that represents the environment for which we are executing the script on, which is called the shebang environment. That tells us that this script is a bash script. That's the first thing. All right. Any question on this? Guys, if you never asked question before, please start to ask question. I'm coming to the second part. Are we clear with the first one?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the second one is set -EUO pipe fill. Now, it helps us to point to errors that will occur from the early stage in our script. Are we there?
Yes, I'm getting that.
So this command, by setting this, it will exit the script immediately if it find any error, and it will return the 0 status to us. So it helps us to catch error very easily. Okay? That is the reason why we're using this particular argument. Set EUO pipe fill. So anything that has to do with error, you're going to catch it very easily. Okay. Now, the second one here is telling you that this title of everything that on here belongs to what we call variables. Okay. We are setting variables. Now, the variable for Splunk that we're going to cite is the version, all right? This is the first variable, Splunk version. The next one will be what? Splunk distribution. Now, this is passing from directly from what? The website of Splunk, okay? And then deep is a Linux version, I know that belongs to DBN, right? And then Splunk URL, it is going on the internet and downloading the URL or grabbing the URL for Splunk, where we used to install Splunk. If you observed yesterday, right, we were running the URL, and they're gonna get this for us. And then we're passing Grafana URL. They're gonna go on the internet and grab the URL for Grafana. And then we're also grabbing the key URL for Grafana too as well. Remember, we are installing Splunk and Grafana. So 11 say install Splunk. This is where we installing Splunk. Echo display meshes, right? When you guys were, as you're still doing Linux, when you run echo command, it displays the meshes for the output. So this will come as installing Splunk Enterprise. Where is this Splunk Enterprise coming from, guys? Pay key attention. It is calling this variable, guys. This is calling the variables. Whenever you see data, here the bracket, Splunk variable, underscore variable, here the closest, and double quotation, it is telling you that this script, this echo is calling the variable. Where the variable of Splunk version. Look up here, guys. You see here? Do you see the value for this?
Mm-hmm.
It's being called in here. To call a variable, you have to use data sign, right? Open curly bracket and then call it. So we're calling that variable that I then declare up here on the variable section. And as we call the variable, we are CD into what? A temp folder. Who know what a temp folder is? Anytime we delete something in Linux, right, they go to a temporary folder called temp. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's CD into that folder called the temp folder. And then we're going to run a wget. Who know what a wget command does? Wget. Wget is a command that we use to download. We use wget to download. So it is using wget to download this variable. What is in this variable? These two variables, guys. Pay key attention. The first variable you see here is the Splunk. And then the second variable you see here is the Splunk URL. So it is passing this. Wget is going on there to download these two variables, which has the value of what? Splunk Enterprise URL and the version. So you're going to download it, and then you're going to be running what we call OPT. So OPT is where we found Splunk being. Whenever we install anything in our Linux system, they go in OPT. All right, in OPT is where we're going to place it, right? We're going to place this in OPT. And as we place it in OPT, we're going to enable the boot start to accept the license. We don't want to use anything called manual again for us to click, because this is a script, so we use what answer equal yes, meaning automatically yes it or okay it. And then systemctl is the command we run to enable Splunk. And I'm going to be running systemctl to also start Splunk. All right. So start's supposed to come before enable, but when it comes to scripting, it has the logic, right? It will grab whatever it thinks that it should come first.
Okay.
Yes, Chris, please go ahead. Your hands up.
Yeah, I already clicked my hand. You answered the question. I was wondering why it's enabled before it's starting, but you already answered.
Yes. Thank you. Then we come to installing Grafana. Echo installing Grafana. We're going to run our update. We're going to say apt. Why are we using apt, guys? Can somebody tell me?
Yep. Can I? Learn.
You are highly protected. Am I right?
So APT is the package manager for let's say Ubuntu. So APT get install means that you are the package manager for Ubuntu is APT. I think that's what we use APT right there to install. So out of the package, it's within APT.
Yeah, but I want to be. I know you. I take this right.
Uh,
I want
yeah.
something more interesting. Like there's a key point you're missing. Liton, were you saying something? Kona, were you saying something?
Well, I was saying something a little. I think there's similar thing my man Amar just said.
Yeah, I want to hear something. I want you guys, and that's right though, Amara,
Well,
but I want you to hit the keyword, right? Why are we using APT?
it's like instructing the script to
Yeah,
go
let me see what I can try.
and and
Yeah, Kona,
install.
go
Yeah,
ahead. Liton, 1 second. Kona,
It's
go
like
ahead.
it's like
yeah. APT. How to do?
Okay, Lincoln, hold on first. When Kona go, then you go because Kona was up first. Kona, proceed.
I say it's like instructing a script to go and install the package manager for Ubuntu.
Come on, guys. That's not what your instruction looking for.
Okay, it's okay.
Yes, guys. That's a keep, and all of you guys, you are partially right, especially the suggestion on my brother. But I want you to tell me that because the server for which we are about to run this script on belongs to what? Ubuntu.
Okay.
Ubuntu, that's why. It's a package manager for
Yes.
Ubuntu.
Remember, if we were running this script on the CentOS server, we'll be using Yum.
Yo.
Yeah. All right. That's what I wanted to hear because the goal is yes, it's Ubuntu, APT, it belongs to Ubuntu, but tell me why, because the server that we are about to execute a script on is an Ubuntu server. Okay? But you guys are 100%, like I'd say, I just want for you to hit the key point, right? But you are all right. And thank you all for that. All right. So it's using mkdir to create a directory. We already know what mkdir means, right? Creating a directory. Now, it is using wget again. I don't have to tell you what wget does, but it's using wget. It's echoing the output from wget. It's going to pass it in here. And then it's going to use what? Update again, and then install Grafana. After it shall have download all the dependency of Grafana, they're going to finally install. They're going to finally install Grafana. And then they're going to use systemctl to start Grafana and enable Grafana. Okay? So that is it. And after that, they're going to be using some conditional, right? Some condition statement. It says, if this variable gave me 0, then please run the script as a root with sudo. Issue as a 1. If not, install Grafana. So install Splunk, install Grafana, and then echo. So these are all of the output that we should expect from this after the script should have completed or executed successfully. It will display as a message which URL you need to click on to access Grafana, what login you need to use for Grafana. It will give you this on the screen because that is the work of echo command. All right. This is how we come to the end of this script. As I said again, you're going to execute this script in your environment. If your server hasn't been updated, it will fail on some things. Even if it has been updated, some commands, if it is deprecated, it's going to fail. Our responsibility as an engineer is for us to tweak, all right, and reconstruct the script for the script to work. Because we are solution developer. When something fail tomorrow at your workplace in production, when something fail, they call in the expert. And who the expert? They call in the engineer. You'll bring Layton here. Layton, can you configure this? Yeah, actually, do you know how to configure it? So can you configure it? You can't tell them, say, I don't know how to do it. He says, okay, I will take a look, right? So we have to know exactly when the time comes how we go about these things. All right. So that is it. So what we do now is we're going to take this script and put it in. So I copy the entire script. I expect you to do the same. And I'm going to dress my terminal all the way back up since we finished reading the script. And then I do my ls, right? And then I do my vi install script because I want to open this, right? And I paste this. And a question. So when you reach in the VI editor, the reason I'm not telling you how to use VI editor because your instructor already walked you through the process, right? So when you get in here, paste your script. And then when you paste your script, you need to get out of there. So I'm in VI editor, I pasted my script, and I'm about to get out of here. I'm getting out of here with the escape key. Hold down the shift with colon. Right? But before we do that, I want you guys to tell me how many lines is this script? I want you guys to tell me how many lines. This script is how many lines of code here? Who can tell me how many lines of code here? I want you guys to put it in your VI editor to tell me how many lines. So we'll do escape, colon, set, oh, my bad. Escape, colon, set, and U. All right? Set space and U. So set number. That's the one we say, well, I mean, that's the command for that. We say set num. It's called what? Set number. So to do set number, it will tell all the script is what? 51 line of script. Do you see that? Can you do that and tell me and confirm from your end how many line of script you have?
Mine shows 47. No, 46. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine. Once you have everything I need to have, if you did not copy and leave anything behind, that's good.
I have everything.
Okay.
My mine stopped to only access Grafana at your IP address, admin. That's all. I don't have the rest of that you have in your internet, like informations, configure.
So
I got the same for the same.
So you talk about this, right?
Yeah, from let's say from remember down, I don't have that. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. One second, okay.
You see where your start to 47, that's what we got right there.
Okay. I see what you guys talking about. All right. So I'm going to give you the value for this. All right. So let me go up here. You know what? This is echo, right? So I will make mine to start to 46 because whatever come after it is nothing to worry on. It's just a display message, all right? So I'm going to copy mine and make it start to 47, so we can be on the same page. So let me access this guy again. Let me clear my screen and then dress this guy up. And then VR, install Grafana, and let me delete. D. Let me delete everything. Okay. And then let me paste. All right. Skip and accept. And you. Now we have one. That's it, right? Are we on the same page now, guys?
Yeah, that would be it.
Good. So let's get out of here. Escape key, press the escape key on your keyboard. Hold down the shift and press the colon key, WQ. Hold down the shift and press number 1 for exclamation mark, and then hit enter to get out of there. Chris, yours is 41.
Yeah, mine is 41.
Maybe you reduce some spacing, that's why.
Yeah. So all that plenty code, AB, you only get one output for successful installation.
Is AB talking when I hear?
Oh, Chris, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you now.
You
Yeah, I
ran
said,
the code already?
did you run the code already, Chris?
Yeah, I did. I got the same output you got. That's what I'm saying. All that pending line of code, I get one output again.
So is the output registered as installing Splunk, right? Is that why it registered that
Yes.
for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you share your screen, Chris, and execute this script so that all the students can execute it? Because I've
Yeah, hold
already
on. Hold
executed
on.
it on my system.
You said you want me to do what?
To execute the script.
You want me to share my screen to do that?
Yes, because mine has already been executed.
Oh, but I already did though.
Okay, so Amara, have you executed yours or Lecon?
Not yet. I
No,
haven't.
not yet. Not yet.
Okay, Amara, share your screen, execute the script. Yep, Amara, execute the script.
All right. That's all.
Interesting. Everybody, you can execute your script and tell me this is the same output you're getting. And then I will reshare my screen.
Got the same output.
Awesome. All right, Amara, run this command on your screen and tell me if you are able to start Splunk.
Okay.
And Chris and everybody, please run that command.
Command on phone.
All right, let me share my screen and run that command.
Which command is that?
Amara, stop sharing your screen. Let me share my screen and run the command. All right, so ls. So I say bash install and then say enterprise, right? And then let me paste that command here. It says mine says Splunk can be accessed as this. Is that the same command you guys getting?
Maybe are you trying to install Grafana separately?
Oh, so that script,
Or you're running it as that? Okay, okay.
yeah. If you enter that command, did it start Splunk for you?
No.
Hmm.
What command can that be from? Okay, OPD. Oh, okay. Um,
Mine is saying command cannot be found.
Okay,
yeah.
so let's do one thing, guys. Everybody, update your system. apt update _var. Update your system and rerun that script.
Rerun the script or rerun the command?
Rerun the script because the script should not be giving just one command, right? The script should be giving you all of the installation packages and stuff because
Right.
I ran the script earlier and they gave me all of those. But surprisingly, the script is only giving us one command. That's why I'm saying please rerun the script.
Yeah, system updated. Still only giving output for installing Splunk Enterprise.
Wow. That should not be giving that. But you know what? Let me go through the script. Let me look at the script. Let me look at something. Unless most of these command is not being read to the package manager, but it should not be an outdated command. So give me 1 second. Let me post stuff on my end and see. LSVI. We made the script executable. Space. We want to delete this. And then R for insert. And then we make it executable chmod 400, which is the same executable. Install. So I make it executable. It's supposed to be in green. chmod plus X install. Why is it in green and then when I put 400 it did not? Interesting. So bash install script. All right, guys. So there was some enforcement rules in that script, guys. That's why it was just running. It was just considering just one command that was going up and picking that command, we're ignoring the rest. So replace your script with this. Everybody, replace your script with this. Replace your script with this. I'm sending it in the Zoom chat, guys. Please copy it.
So replacing the entire script?
Yes, replace your script with that. Because there were five line that was changed, but not to do that, just replace your script with everything. So I believe every one of you guys that have access, right, to WhatsApp, right, on your system. So I send the script on WhatsApp. Or if you guys want, I can still send in the notepad. Let me send in the notepad as well. Some of you might not have access to WhatsApp, so I will send it to the notepad again. All right, notepad, where are you? Go to file. Let me go to computer. Install Grafana. All right, so we have done our first tweaking, guys. We have done our first tweaking. So download that script, and then you take it, you put it in your system and run it. Everything will run successfully, and it will give you resolving Splunk on this API, connecting to download splunk.com connected. It's using a waiting response. So I need somebody to share their screen to execute that script for us. Chris, you want to do that? Since you have not executed yours yet.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. See my screen, right?
Yes. Guys, are you seeing Chris' screen? So Chris is sharing his screen to execute the script based on the updated one that I just sent in the chat. All right.
So the easy way I did this, I just moved the old script and give it a different name, and then created the same name of the old script.
Okay.
And then just copy and paste in there, and then give it a executable permission. So if we run this is what I expected to see.
Yep.
404, not found. What was this? Let me move this thing out of my way. Connecting to downloads one, blah blah blah. Connected. HTTP request sent and waiting response.
It is giving 404, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you see that version of Splunk that you have that 1.2? We might need to change that version. It might be the reason why it is failing, because it is trying to resolve that HTTP connectivity, but then it is failing. So that version needs to be changed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there, and try to send you guys the version to replace in that script on that line. Replace that version so that issue can be able to be resolved. So we need to replace that version. So to do that,
So the 921 you want to change to something?
yes. So we're going to change it to replace the version because it has to be the latest URL, right? From Splunk Enterprise. Yeah. So I'm just updating the script with the rightful one so I can send it in the chat again, in the Zoom chat. I mean, in the WhatsApp chat, guys. Please take it from the WhatsApp chat, Chris, and the paste it in there. Yeah, that is the version that supposed to do the work, because that is the latest enterprise version. The reason I'm dashing the enterprise version because I don't want anything that will have to do with license for us to pay, right? Because there should be a free tier. Yeah.
So wait a minute. So we're replacing the entire script?
No, so that's what line. If you look at that script, the line from line 1 to line 10, because you replace the enterprise version, so you have to tag and untag it. So I did replace it with that. So I just sent in the chat, because if I say let manually replace them, some people will replace the wrong thing and then there will be a failure. So I just updated that and sent it in the chat, in the WhatsApp chat, so we can just copy and paste it in our server to run it.
Okay. Which line did you replace though? Because I seen everything in here is what you want me to replace
No,
for
so
this message?
the one that I sent, you don't need to replace anything again. Just copy it, use that latest one that I sent because I've already replaced it. Yeah, use that latest one and then put it in your file, put it in your script file, remove the one that you have there previously that is filled in with that error. Not just you, but everybody.
Maybe you're not understanding my question. You see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, so everything in this file that you just sent, is that what we're replacing or just specific lines within this?
Do you see the script that I sent, right? Okay, that is the script. So that latest URL, you see the latest URL?
Yes.
Okay. From the install dependency all the way down to the latest URL, that's what I replaced. That is the enterprise version. That is the
So okay, so
yeah.
so basically it's just this section right here.
Yes.
I'll go
That
further
is
down.
no, that is the one we should be replacing with that version.
Okay.
So we can be able to
Yeah.
install it.
All right. That's what I was trying to understand. Yes. All right,
Yep.
let me do this over. Copy this. So now, Splunk installation. So we're going to delete from here.
I think you can do that in Notepad though, I mean, I'm not a big fan of them with replacing each session, but you can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. As it comes right there.
Did you guys replace yours and getting any error?
Yeah, you gotta be precise with Okay, so I have this sudo opt splunk bin enable bootstrap. Okay, so we need this section. So the section we don't need is from the file name and up. But what I'm seeing here is that
Mm-hmm.
there's a different script and you just want us to use this part of it, or this is same script and you just added this to it.
That is the part of the script that I want us to replace. But you know what? What I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do, let me do this, right? Let me do the replacement on my screen here and then share it so that we can, so that we can all, be on the same page, because that line will be confusing for you to replace it from the start to the bottom. Many of the script
Right.
of the command gonna fail. So let me do the replacing from my end here, guys, and then I will just share it. Let me do that.
Okay.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Let me do that. So I just share it on my screen, then we do the replacement on our end. Line 1, set known, version, install requirement. Okay, line 18 to tag. Let me see. We'll do it and test it. And then before I send it over, then I share my screen because I want to make sure that it is working. Root user supposed to root root user supposed to have full access to power on anything here. Let me see. Okay. Installing Splunk, downloading Splunk, then you get this URL. Okay. Starting OPT, start lesson non prom, install Grafana. Okay. All right. All right. So Chris, I have changed almost everything. Please replace this on the. Okay. Please test this on your system since the screen is
Okay.
already shared. Grafana run for 3,000, right? I might be wrong. I might be right. Yeah, it's for 3,000. That's the only thing I'm kind of thinking on that it should run.
Yeah, that's how we used it last time. Let me just
Okay.
grab things.
Okay, then I'm right. Yeah.
All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna remove this.
Guys, take the script that I put in the chat and edit it so that when Chris execute it, my expectation is that it should run successfully. I will not show up the Grafana version, but I think I'm good since Grafana run about 3,000. Yeah, Chris, I'm seeing your
So I
screen.
think what is the script supposed to install the tab all in this directory? The previous script we ran for
Yes.
the Splunk.
Mm-hmm. It's also install the tag and untag it, and then give
Okay.
us the starter screen for Splunk. But I'm not seeing it. That's why I'm 100% not convinced that it's installed. But the next script, this script you're running right now, any dependency that are being installed first, it will tell you that it's already installed. Okay,
Okay.
so Chris, can you try to start Splunk now? That tell me that many of the command we ran, it was able to install. So can you try to start Splunk?
OPT Splunk, they
Do
did not
system
create that
CTL.
directory.
System CTL start Splunk.
I have not used that command to start Splunk before.
System CTL
This,
start Splunk.
yeah, there's always been the command the one I ran previously. But anyway, this Splunk service not found. To start. Yeah, that should be the command to start Splunk right here.
All right.
But is Splunk even in this directory? Let's go see.
Yeah, CD in OPT. How many of you guys on here have the same error that Chris is experiencing? Is anybody in here having the same error?
Yes.
Most likely we don't have Splunk inside of OPT. Yeah, Splunk is not in here.
Okay, Chris, can you Splunk is not in OPT? Can you run that command that I just put in the chat to run Splunk with accepting the license? Let's see. That means that script
Um,
is not
are
installing
you
Splunk.
putting it in the Zoom chat or in
Yeah,
the?
in the Zoom chat. Run that command for me, please.
There's no command in the Zoom chat. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Okay, I see.
Maybe sorry, I thought you said you're changing something so we can rerun our whole script again.
Yes. And I sent it in
Yeah,
the
he
WhatsApp chat.
he did. I already put it in my script. Um, yeah. The
And I
problem is Splunk is not inside of OPT, so any command that is associated with this path is not going to work. So most likely,
oh, why mine is expiring OPT, but I'm not saying you guys are not getting the OPT.
you have Splunk inside of your OPT.
Yes, I'm having Splunk inside of OPT. Yeah.
All right, let me see here. Let's see where is the script installed in Splunk. It said putting it in that path.
Okay.
So see the next um, going into this.
Quickly, let me see something right here. Right.
Download Splunk, install Splunk. Yeah, so sudo opt Splunk then enable.
Splunk is being able, but interestingly, it's not installing. Very interestingly, it's not installing for you guys there. Let me see. I'm just trying to access another system right now. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so if this command cannot be ran independently outside of the script successfully, that means the script did not execute it, but then it still gave a successful execution.
Yeah, that is my that is my that is my major point. Why they give a successful execution. But Chris, I'm testing something real quick here. I'm testing that same script on another server. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
CHNO. Class, give me 1 second. I'm testing this script. Plus X install.sh, and then it will be bash install.sh. Let me see. It is fetching dependency, security, focus, package reading, though you get download. It is downloading, but guess what is happening though? It's only downloading and stopping to wget, right? I think it's the same thing that everybody is experiencing here. It is stopping to wget. So
Which, oh, right here?
yeah, it is stopping to wget. Check on that line. What you see wget, it is stopping to wget, but then it's not applying the extract. It's not extracting it to Chiune.
Okay.
It is not doing that part of the script, which is crazy.
So the variable for the is for the URL. What is that URL? This one right here, right?
Yep.
This is what is referencing on this line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got a variable for version, which is this, and then package, which is this one. Okay. So why isn't it? I'm thinking if we can hard code this the URL instead of using the variable, is it even gonna make a difference?
The reason I'm not hardcoding it because what it's doing in there, let me see. Let me see. I'm coming back again. I'm just doing a lot of testing here first because install.sh. Take all of these things out. And then set this WQ. And then let me see bash install.sh. So let me see here. All right, guys. So let us take a 15-minute break, Chris. Then we'll come back. Then I will have something on the latest version because I want to go through all of this script line by line and be able to see what the actual error is. So
Okay.
let's take a 15-minute break, class, and then when we come back, then we'll have an updated version for you guys. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Let
Let
me
me.
put the timer on.
Yeah. Please put a timer. Grafana enable how to use. Oh, bash. Hey, Chris.
Yep.
All right, so let me share my screen. I think I found the solution. What was the issue?
Okay.
Most of that was focusing on Splunk. All right. Is everybody back?
I'm here, Lincoln.
Okay,
I'm here too.
awesome. All right, so open your script, everybody. I just want to kind of point stuff out. So according to Splunk website, because I went on the website, Chris, this is the latest version they have as of today, right? So every other
Mhm.
version has been deprecated. So the version we were using, if you look here, is different, right? So that
Mhm.
was why Splunk was not installing.
Okay.
Other than that, every other thing in the script is completely correct. So this is what we're going to do, guys. This is what we're going to do. We're going to replace this, right? We're going to replace these things. I'm going to copy it. Please open your script. We're going to replace this thing in our script. The entire variable session in here, we're going to replace it in our script and then run our script. Chris, how do you copy all this stuff? Okay, I did it. So that portion, please open your script, and in your script, replace that with it. It's easier for you to do it in a notepad and then put that in the VR editor. So if you see there, Splunk is reporting the latest version on their website and the Splunk build version, and then the download URL. So this is the latest URL that Splunk is reporting. So any other URL that come after this, it is shooting error. And how did I test this? Let me just show you something. Let me share my screen here. So if you see here, right, guys, if you see my screen here, you see the old URL that I was testing. You see, it was getting this error. But now, if I took this new URL, let me just copy this link, copy it. And I want to paste it in here. And I hit enter. This URL is reporting here. He does not exist, but at least it's giving me a tag version that we can use. So this was why we needed to replace this URL to this particular version so that we can use this version is the one that is available in Splunk Artifactory. So please replace it with that so we can be able to run our script. So I already replaced mine in here. I'm just going to save this and get out of here. And then I'm going to clear my screen. And then I just use bash. And I say install.sh. Oh, I messed up something that when I do a double, I do a tuple, there's a tuple I have in that code. That's not for you because I was using this to tap. I was tapping all kinds of stuff in here. So I think there's a tuple in here. .nu. Let me look for that tuple. It's better EUF while looking for matching. Line 41. For the SH. That and you. I already have line 41 and then it telling me line 41, guys. Oh, okay. I got it. So line 41. I don't know why would it fail because of that.
Unexpected and a fun.
Is that what it did for you too?
No.
Yeah, yours should run.
Uh,
Mine is just a manual typo that I had in my code. But I'm trying to look for it. I don't know why that typo is coming up.
Maybe I thought you
I
were
think
copying the one you want us to change and drop it in something else.
I sent it
can
in the
you
zone
can
chat.
you can you
Look, I
go
mean,
back
look
to
in
your
the WhatsApp
script?
chat.
Maybe open your script for me. Let me see something.
Look in the WhatsApp chat, Lincoln.
Go to the top. So this the set dash E, that is that correct?
No, it's correct. The set dash E is correct.
Okay. I don't have that in my yeah. Okay, let me try this. So we get missing URL. I think I made something in here. The way you get Splunk underscore URL. Okay, because the variable changed, that's why. I gotta change this variable. Change it to Splunk underscore URL. Splunk package.
Do you guys get it?
Splunk build. Yeah, AB. So changing the variables on there, um, some of the variables in the code has to be edited. That's
Okay.
that's what I'm experiencing here.
All right. So what I
But
can do?
the variables are different.
Okay. So what I can do is I can change the variable, which I already did, and run mine. And mine is working right, as you see my screen. So I'm going to share that working script with you guys. So mine is working. Let me share the script with you guys again in the chat. This is the updated script. So as an updated script, I'm sharing in the WhatsApp chat, guys. Please take it.
Splunk build.
So this is exactly what we needed for Splunk to do, for Splunk to install like this. So that URL, so guys, our error came from the URL that we were passing in our variable. It was not the updated URL as Splunk was reporting. So the version was out of date. And for each time there's a new version released, the previous version sometimes has some bug in it that ongoing bug fix. Yes, so that's why we encountered those errors.
So the one you just posted, it worked for you, you said?
Yeah, if you see my screen is running right now, I just updated that. Yeah, it is running.
All right, so yeah, let me just
Yeah, so everybody just take that, execute. As you can see, my
this say in the Zoom chat. No, what's up?
yeah, WhatsApp chat.
Okay, I kind of feel like too many people are kind of left behind with this. We
Yeah,
probably have to.
let us get a working script first because we needed to fix that version issue. Let us get a working script. Once we get a working script, and now we can be able to make sure that everybody come on. I mean, everybody get on the same page for that. So at this point, what we're doing is to get that working script fixed correctly. Once we get that,
I got it.
okay, is it running on your system?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
mine's running.
Awesome.
And I was able to log in also.
Okay. So let me go on my browser and take my IP address to see if I can log in to Splunk. So Splunk is reporting being on 8,000 port. EC2, this is my server 253. So Splunk listing up for 8,000. Look at that. Mine just opened. So admin and admin. Here's Ocean. It's a user that knows this. Sweet Christmas. ADMIN. ADMIN.
Did you get all of these no such file directory, no space left on device errors at the end of the script?
No. So if you look in your script there, you should see that it should start Splunk. Yes. So let
All
me
right.
go back to the server. There's a password that was created when Splunk was installed. Let me go back because it's that password I is wanting to get here.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of no such file directory and no space left on device.
No space on device.
Yeah, a lot of no space left on device to create some of the Splunk directories and then no such file directory.
Hmm. Can
Let,
you?
let me let me share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yes. You share your screen.
This right here.
So go into the OPT folder and look for Splunk. Let's go into the OPT folder and look for Splunk.
Yeah, Splunk is here.
Okay. So access Splunk. Try to start Splunk.
This one right here. I guess it's start.
Mm-hmm.
Too many. I got CD to it. That's why.
That's why I say,
Okay.
so try to
I guess this there.
access Splunk on port. Is that I think that's a migration.
Press space next or enter for next line.
Hit the
Okay,
enter key.
so
I
I
see
am.
what Splunk is. Is it the same thing? Keep hitting it until you see that endpoint URL. It just tell you all the legal stuff for Splunk. I have to say we're using Splunk for any enterprise.
Oh shit. It's a lot of them.
Yeah, you gotta go to
And
100%. So just keep doing that thing until you go to 100%.
yeah, excuse my French.
That is on 50% right now. So do we agree with the lesson? Okay, enter
Admin.
your username admin. Yeah,
Admin too, right?
yeah. Just okay. You can access Splunk.
So it was 8,000.
Yeah, that's the
The
default.
quote.
Yeah. So your IP address and then 8,000. That's a private IP address they're gonna give to you. It might be possible, but it's not. It might not be for extender. So that is only internal for the network. So you gotta grab the public.
One, two, one. Is that HTTPS or HTTP?
No, don't use HTTP. Just put the IP.
Yeah, but it will still come up with that.
Yeah, but it will just resolve by default to HTTP.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
just take that HTTP from there.
They're gonna go back to it though.
Is that your IP? Your latest IP using right now?
Yeah, for this 127. It's a public, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me try the one in network and see. Yeah. But that ain't be working. Do a new one.
It might not work, but try it. Who else in this class has successfully logged into Splunk with a new installation that you apply?
Wonder, I'm thinking whether it's
I did it.
my security.
Okay. Click on security group. Let's see why you just have one security group open. Click on security group.
Security right here.
Yeah, the actual security group. Yeah, click there. Click on edit. Yeah, that's the reason why you're having that error.
Yeah.
Go to add rules, add one rules for custom IP, custom TCP, and then put 8,000. Just put 0 to don't yeah 0 dash 10,000. Yeah, and then pull from anywhere.
54.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just put custom though. Leave it at custom. Yeah, move it from anywhere. Put custom. Yeah, and then pull out. From everywhere. Yeah, put 00. Okay, it will still result to anywhere. So just take that because I wanted to resolve about the custom. Try to access that URL again. Let's see.
All right, let me use the public and see. Give me 1 second here. Um, public. Hmm. Still not hitting the URL.
Oh, so not hitting the URL. Go back to your stuff, please. One more time. Let's say something.
The AWS.
Yeah, your AWS URL. Go back to. I just will go back to the security group.
Oh, we got 3,000 here.
That's 2,000 you added.
How did that? Let me see here. How did I put 3,000? Well, you told me to put a range, right?
Yeah.
You said
No,
zero
leave out
to
3,000 there. Leave it 3,000 for Grafana. Add a new rules, and then yeah, just add a new rules.
you said 0 to 10,000, right?
Yeah, just put 8,000. Just put 8,000 because you already got Grafana. The reason why I put it there so that you can cover Grafana. Yeah.
Okay. And custom or anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Saddle block. Um, yeah. Yeah, well, how to be this now?
Go to your
Still,
firewall. If your firewall is allowed, yeah, go back to your terminal and yeah, go
it's
back
not
to
gonna
your
work
terminal.
either.
Yeah, UFW space.
Um, Status.
Yeah, look at the status. Let's see.
Firewall D, right?
No. Just it. Just that. It's
Inactive.
inactive. So it's not a problem. So, Brian, are you able to log into Splunk? Amara, are you able to log into Splunk, right? Mama Ko, are you able to log into Splunk? Kona, are you able to log into Splunk?
No, I did not.
Okay, so yeah, I understand that you guys are lost because we had a version issue, which we resolved. So in that chat, right, I'm gonna send the updated script to everybody to run it. That script should be able to take care of the installation for Splunk. So I sent it before, but I'm just gonna send that again so that everybody can grab that. I'm able to log into Splunk. I'm putting that script in a notepad, okay? The same notepad that I shared with you guys earlier.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I put it in the notepad so I can share it in the WhatsApp chat. Because the reason Zoom chat sometimes not even sometimes, whenever the meeting is over and then you lose stuff in the Zoom chat. So all right, the script is there. All right, in that notepad. So grab that script and run that script.
In a notepad or on the WhatsApp?
The WhatsApp is in a notepad.
Not in the Zoom chat here.
It's in the WhatsApp chat, but it's in a notepad. Look in your WhatsApp chat. It is in a notepad. Did you see it there?
Yes. Mhm.
Copy that script, update the script, whatever you have, and that is the workable script that you have, so we can run that script. Whatever Chris is encountering right now, Chris is not on the server as we are. Chris is not on the AppDot network. So everybody on AppDot network should be able to access that, should be able to access Splunk. For Daniel and Willie, I'm going to provision your account today, and then you'll have your account login details. And then you'll be able to log in, and then make sure you go to the first day recording on the website so you can catch up with everything. I do not expect you to catch up right now on this. So my Splunk is up here. I'm going to access Grafana on the same server. Amara, can you also talk to Grafana? Because if you can access Splunk, you should be able to access Grafana on port 3000.
Yeah, I did access Grafana too, but right now I'm having a little bit of 500 error while trying to access Grafana.
Yeah, myself, I'm having the same 500 error here. Right here.
Well, I'm accessing Grafana easily. That is okay. But I literally did access Splunk. It was working, and all of a sudden, I just 500 error just pops up.
Yeah, what is the status of your server right now? Is your server?
And my server is running.
It is running, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then restart Splunk or Grafana.
Maybe
Yep.
I already ran our script, the updated one you sent. So should I go to the command, the sudo, the start sperm thing?
Yeah.
What's the next one to run?
No,
Okay.
it has a command executor.
Yeah, the one you just sent in the chat executed went successfully. So I'll ask him for the next command to run. So I already ran the script.
Okay. My question is the script successful?
Yes, it shows that it is successful. Yes.
Can you share your screen?
Let me do that and see. Mhm. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right. Try to run this command to start Splunk. Let me see this command.
Put in the chat.
Did you see it?
Where did you put it? Oh,
In the WhatsApp chat.
okay. It's not in the WhatsApp, baby.
I mean, sorry, in the Zoom chat. What am I saying? WhatsApp chat in the Zoom chat?
You got a WhatsApp right in front of you there.
You gotta add T there. You gotta add that T to
Yeah,
start.
that's what it's okay. So I said no. I don't know why I said that.
It's not finding Splunk. That's what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll all the way up on your script. Let me see something. Scroll all the way up. No, scroll up
Yeah, I'm coming of it.
on your script. I want to see.
You're here.
That script very short. Is that
You
a script
sure?
that I sent? Yeah, it's very it's very short. Is that a script that I sent in the notepad in the Zoom chat?
Yeah, let me go in the notepad so you see that. See in the notepad. Sorry, no, this one. Right here. It was this one you sent, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
scroll all the way down.
let's top here.
Yeah.
That's the one I took.
Can you rerun that script again?
Good. Try run it as root or like this in both.
No, you gotta be root though. You gotta be root to run a script.
So this is it. It's running, right?
Yeah, I want to watch that script to run. Let me see. I'm getting 200 status error. How many of you have successfully executed your script? With the exception of Brian and Amara.
That's where we start.
Okay, just wait in there. You see what it's saying? They say you can access Splunk there now. So go to your browser. Open your browser.
Open it from in here.
Open your browser. No, your browser.
Image too.
From outside of your terminal. And put your public IP address in there. Type your public IP address in there, followed by colon. And then you can.
Which one, the IP you gave us or the IP?
Your public IP, your server IP.
You mean the one I use to access Ubuntu or?
That is your server. That's the IP that you need to put in there.
Okay. This one.
Is that your IP that I gave to you?
That's the one when you're showing the screen with my name attached to it. Yeah, that's the one I took.
Put colon in front of it and put 8,000.
Right here.
So now you have Splunk open, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the password, the username should be admin.
The password admin, right? Oh.
Mm-hmm. They say user does exist. Amara, what was your username, your password you enter for Splunk?
Admin.
Is your cap on Lincoln? No, right?
No,
What?
Kevlar now. I don't have Kevlar. So that's why you see the admin.
Yeah, that's supposed to be your user and your password. Okay. At this stage, we can figure this out. We can go into Splunk and be able to figure that out. But how many of us are here apart from Lincoln and Amara?
I'm not there. So,
When can you share your screen?
all right. I'm doing it right now. Give me a minute. So I got here. I'm trying to start.
Yeah, you got to do that thing all the way until you reach 100. That's what you saw Chris was doing. You got to keep pressing it until you reach.
Yes.
Yeah, because you put it, can I agree? You continue to, enter. That's what happened. So you
Gotta
must,
do it again.
yeah, you must rerun that command so you can accept that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's why. Guys, this is the auto engineering aspect. This is the technical aspect. So a lot of frustration. Command will work. As I stated earlier, we got to tweak. So that's the tweaking mentor we are to make sure that, okay, I can be able to tweak and fix this. All right.
So what happened?
Okay, well, you said, do you agree with the lesson? You said yes, right?
Yep.
You said, cannot create OPT, ETC license download trial. Okay, try to start Splunk. Forget about that. Splunk is already there. Try to start. Did you do it in, oh my, you did it not being a root.
Wow.
You gotta be a root and do that.
That's crazy. Hmm. Where's all this stuff?
Hey, Liko, can you mute?
So yes, right?
I can now access Splunk.
All right. Try to try to access Splunk on your IP again. Please try to do that.
Okay.
Amara, you said you cannot access Splunk?
I can now access Splunk.
Okay. Hold on, are you able to access Splunk?
That's what I'm on here. I'm trying to access it through my. So 172. Hello. $80. What, 8,000, right? Or 3,000? Oh, small at 3,000.
8,000.
All right, 8. All right.
I'm not seeing your screen. Are you sharing your screen?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm doing it on the other side. That's why. Okay, let me do it to where you are watching from. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I'm at. That's it right here.
Why are you using your private IP? Use your public IP.
So I gotta go by I gotta go in AWS and get it from there.
You already got it. Didn't I send a screenshot to you guys yesterday?
But what I'm using here though.
What you using that browser is your is your private IP that I'm seeing there.
The one you sent me yesterday, the one you screenshot and put in the
Okay.
WhatsApp yesterday.
Go to the one I screenshot and compare the IP that you see on your screen there with the IP that I screenshot. That is a private IP that you're using. You have to use the public IP of that private IP.
Oh. Mm.
Did you get it?
That's what I'm looking for here. Okay, this one. Hmm. I think I show everything here.
Huh?
I can see everything. I'm seeing Kona. I'm seeing the only IP address that IP that I see.
Go to your
Okay.
mobile XC. I will tell you your public IP.
Oh, yeah, right here. I'm up.
Are you in your mobile XM?
Yeah.
Your public IP is 5.3.43.230.62. .230.62. 62. Kona. That is your public IP. Your public IP is 3.143.230.62.
Oh, okay. See, okay.
3.143. Yeah. So remember when you're logging to mobile XM, log into your server, what IP did you provide? You provide public IP, right?
So 3 dot
3.143.
43
At
dot
230.
230
At
dot
62.
62.
Why you get that 180 water?
I can't remember that. 62. 3.143.230. That's 60. All right. You should take it. I said not secure.
Yeah, that means it's working because it's HTTP. Those Splunk supposed to display. What is happening now is your internet connectivity. Refresh that thing. Is your internet they're gonna display? Open another browser and try to do that. Mama Call, are you okay?
They won't copy and put it in.
Hit enter. So what you're seeing there is your internet connectivity. So not secure, we are using HTTP because we are in an unsecure system because we don't have a DNS, right? We don't have a certificate. So that's why you see unsecure. But that's exactly what you should see. But you should be seeing Splunk when you put that thing in. So I'm going to access your browser from here to borrow your IP address here and see if it is your internet connectivity or if it is a glitch. Okay. It is a glitch in your system. So use this command to start Splunk. And then you use a second command to enable Splunk. Pastor Newberry, I see that you just joined. You will be receiving your credentials shortly to access the website and access the recorded session from week 1, right?
Okay.
So that you will be able to catch up because we are in the middle of, this is the 3rd week. Yeah, the 3rd week. So you're going to start from week 1 to be able to catch up with those recordings so that you understand exactly what is going on. Then next week, you need to be fully prepared for class. So if you can do that with this, within this week up to Thursday, the next week, you can you will understand exactly what we're doing. But you can just audit this right now. But I'm going to provide you your credential. Once the developer send it to me, I will send it to you so that you can access the website.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So let me just share my screen real quick. Now, while you do this at the background, our learning zone, what we're supposed to achieve in this whole thing that we're doing is right here. So after you access Splunk, it should take you to Splunk interface, right? This is the interface of Splunk. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be integrating Splunk with Grafana. You understand? But before we even do that, the goal here is, class, we want to set up a monitoring system that if a CPU spike on our server, right? Or if anything goes on our server, when I say our server, I'm referring to these servers. You see here? We should be able to see it in Splunk. We should not go in the server to be looking, because as a system administrator for the course that you're doing, which is called Linux System Administration, you will be administering over thousands of servers, right? You don't have the time to access each of those servers and see what is going on in the system, all right? It is not just possible. As a DevOps engineer, as a cloud engineer, as a system engineer, you depend on monitoring. Your system should be set up in a way that you can fine-tune everything using monitoring stacks. So one of the popular monitoring tools out there, as I mentioned to you, is Splunk. I just look at my screen, is Splunk Enterprise, right? We have Splunk, we have Datadog, we have Watchdog, we have Prometheus. There are a lot of monitoring tools out there. We have AppD, which is called App Dynamics. But company use Splunk. Some company use 4 monitoring tools. Like my company that I work with, they use about 5 monitoring tools, meaning they use Datadog, they use Splunk, but they use these things for different purposes, right? They use Splunk for security logging. They use Datadog for APM. But for us as AppDA, because when you leave from here tomorrow and facing a job interview, you should tell the interviewer that you have leveraged Splunk. You have set up a dashboard in Splunk to monitor your environment. You have integrated Splunk with Grafana, and that is the goal of this, all right? So that is the process that I'm walking this class through, so that you can understand what you need to know in Splunk. You don't need to be an expert in Splunk. You have to forget about the installation, right? Anytime that I'm teaching this class something, forget about the thousands of commands that we are running.
Okay.
Because at your job site, you are not responsible for installation. You understand?
Okay.
Installation coming, you enter the company has the infrastructure, they have everything set up. You are there to maintain and do housekeeping and build or deploy their services. That's what they are hiring you for. So your job would be, okay, Conan, or okay, Pastor Newberry or Amara, the server, we want to see this server is down in US East 2, right? If you go to this server here, which region is this, guys?
What?
It is loading. Which region is this? US East 2, right?
It's east.
Okay. This server, which is the we show with this IP, they say this server is fielded in US East 2. Your job is, as an engineer, you cannot just tell them what is happening to the server. Can you? No. You have to analyze what is going on. And the tools that you depend on to analyze the issue is what? From the logs. All right? And how do you get the logs? Remember, if you have a monitoring tools, in that case, all of your servers are feeding logs into Splunk. All right? They are feeding logs into Splunk, meaning they are feeding the server log, they are feeding the application logs into Splunk. So all you need to do is you come in here, you click on search and reporting. Remember, I told you Splunk is a platform that we use to analyze, search, and visualize our data, right?
Okay.
Forget about it. I'm just going to click skip to it. So you see in here, in this area is where you can add your index. All right. When I say index, I mean queries. I told you what queries represent. Queries are logic that we use to search up something, right? So you put in your index in here and say, grab every field error in the last, if the issue started happening in 30 minutes, what will you say? In the last 30 minutes, right?
In the last 30 minutes.
If the issue started happening in the last 60 minutes, what will you say? So
Yeah, last is, yeah.
all depends based on what you see in that story that is given to you by your manager, or the story that is being sent to you by your, from your client, because your client on the job will varies. I will tell you for sure, my clients that I deal with on a day-to-day basis are developers. Developers are my clients. Application owner are my clients because I work in operation. I supersede the entire cloud operation, meaning for end to end, AWS, Azure, Kubernetes environment. I am a cloud engineer and also a senior infrastructure engineer. So I monitor those systems. When the incident comes to me, I'm looking at the incident, I'm assessing the environment, and I'm talking to the customer. When? Because some of them don't know how to write technical report, right? Or technical note. Because if you're writing an incident to me as an engineer or as a developer, go for the detail. We are not interested in the English, right? We are interested in the detail in that incident. So when you see the detail in there, you say, okay, server IP address 6050 and it'll fail with what? Unable to connect. You understand? So as an engineer now, to Kona, to Amara, everybody on this call, every student on this call, when you see those kind of error, what do you think? You have something to work with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or able to connect. So you go in Splunk and look for that server. Then Splunk will give you all of the log, what is happening to the server. You say, okay, this server is unable to connect because the credential that you're using to log into the server is being revoked or expired. Are you guys understanding me?
Yes, I am understanding.
That is exactly how you troubleshoot issue. Because as an engineer, your day-to-day life is to troubleshoot. Sometimes we troubleshoot issue for 8 hours. We don't find a solution. Oh yeah, but we're still getting paid. You understand? So we troubleshoot these things, but then we don't just access it because you don't have the time. Some of you even go in an environment you might not even have a root access to any server because company protect their data. Those things worth millions of data, man. Nobody just want to get anybody access. Even if you are an engineer, at a certain level, you have to be able to get certain access. So you depend on these monitoring tools to give you eye in the environment. You understand? So this is the essence, why we are setting up Splunk and Grafana.
Okay.
So Splunk here is to monitor. Grafana is to give you that beautiful screen. You understand? That beautiful dashboard. Let me see if I can access Grafana here. So I copy my public IP address. I just want to see if Grafana is on this. I'm not too sure, but let me see. Put 3000. Yeah, there you go. Grafana is here. So you see here, Grafana is to visualize and give her that colorful or beautiful screen. I don't know. I don't even know what user did I even use it. I think I used admin or admin. I don't know. You know what?
Yeah, you use admin, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't want to have my head because I will go in the directory and reset this thing. But I just want to show you. So Grafana is what we're going to integrate with Splunk, right? To give her that visualization. When you see the visualization in Grafana, it is what? Pointing all your environments to you and then giving that blinking light, right? If something go in red.
All right.
Yes. And guys, some of you here, your job would be deploy this application. Application is ready for release, go and deploy. Every day you'll be doing that same thing over and over. That will be your job. Some of you, your job will be complicated to the point where you're going to be learning new things every day because you're going to be building, you're going to be designing, you're going to be deploying. So don't think that you and Lincoln job will be the same, right? Because if you guys get a job in the same company, yes. If you're in the same team, yes. But if Lincoln work as well as assistant admin or as a DevOps engineer, Lincoln job, you and Lincoln job might not be the same. Lincoln job might be very easy while he's making money more than you. Your job might be difficult while you're making money more than Lincoln, or while Lincoln even make money more than you. It varies, right? It depends on how the company is being set up. Some companies like to use one engineer to do two engineers' job. So all of these things, like, you got to watch out for it, you know. So everything that we learn here, for me, I focus on the essence of how this apply to your job. So when you sit before anybody, they say, oh, have you worked with any monitoring tools? Because you tell them, oh, I work with this one, I do this one, I deploy this, I do, then they will tell you, how do you monitor those things? Guys, if you don't know about monitoring tools, guess what? Your, your possibility, or the possibility to getting that job is what? Zero, right? Because nothing you can tell them. But with the knowledge of what we're discussing right now, you can tell them, say, oh, I work with Splunk, you know. I use Splunk for my infrastructure monitoring, right? Infrastructure monitoring, we did discuss yesterday. Infrastructure meaning the resources that we are deploying and maintaining within our environment. So there are two things people monitor. People monitor the infrastructure level monitoring. We also monitor for what? The APM, the application performance monitoring. Meaning the application that on that server. Many of you shop on Amazon, including myself, every day, right? If you go on Amazon, you click on payment. That payment you click on is a web server that's responsible for that website called payment. If you go to cart, when you add your items on the cart, that cart, C-A-R-T-O, that you click on is a web server that hosting a website called cart. You understand? Like every day you guys access app that website, right? If you access app that website, what do you put on app that website?
Nothing. We just go and sit and watch.
Yeah, but what do you tap in there before you go to add that website? If you see my screen, right? Look at my screen. This is the URL for Abda, right? How do we call this URL? In the real world, how do we call this?
Is that a domain name?
Yes, it is the domain name, which is called the DNS, right? The domain name system. So this is the domain name, all right? So if you hit this domain, meaning you are hitting the endpoint. So what do you expect to see? You expect to see what? The front end of what is behind this, right? This is your front end. Now, this domain name originated from what? Who can tell me? This domain name originated from what? So if you look at the difference here, everybody here, if you look at the difference here, right? We're using HTTPS and we're using HTTP for Grafana. This is why we say it's unsecure, because it is not a valid stuff.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But Abda is in production. Abda has a DNS. What we are using here is not a DNS. We are using what? A development IP to access this for the learning sake.
So, excuse me, does that mean it's an open source?
It is not an open source, but it has not been mapped with a DNS entries.
Okay.
Yes. So that is the difference. So Abda here is being mapped. It has a DNS, is a fully legal, functioning website, right? So Abda has a DNS, but this DNS originated from something. Meaning before this became a full qualified domain, which is you call it a FQDN, guys, get used to the technical term, a fully qualified domain. Before this became a fully qualified domain, it went through this stage. You understand? So this Abda here can be breaking down into an IP address, because domain name came from what? The IP address. You found a DNS from the IP address. So if I took Abda here and I open my command prompt, if I bring my command prompt to you here, right? And I just clear my screen, I do ns lookup, and I put Abda. What do you see here, guys? IP, right? Do you see here? It's the IP. And who can tell me what is this up here? Can somebody tell me?
That's your server and the address of your server where your IP is generated from?
No, similar to that. So this is just telling you that I am reaching this domain from my home, right? My home router, which is Comcast, right? In my house, is I'm going through that router to
Okay,
access
yeah,
this server.
that's true.
Yeah. So you see the name that you see up here derived from these IP addresses. That's what I
So,
just wanted to show you.
so in other words, before you became, before you started to be secure, you must have gone through what we have in, I call that GAFNA before you became secure.
Exactly. Exactly. So there is a stage, right? We call it the alpha and the beta stage in engineering, which is called the development and production. So when you're developing something, right, you develop it in what? Development environment, right? So everybody can see it, but it is not secure. It's internal, right? But then when you promote it to production, it becomes what? Everybody thing. You understand? So you won't go put something out there that is everybody thing and that is not secure. Guys, you will never do that, right? Anything you put out to the public has to be what? Fully updated. You understand? So you have to map your website or your application with a fully qualified domain. You're going to love it, guys, when we start doing cloud. You're going to love it when we're doing Terraform. You're going to love it when we're doing all of those things. And for some of my my old students who are freshening up on some things here, they already know what I'm talking about.
So in other words, too, when you see, if you happen to have come across any site that does not that is not fully qualified in terms of its security with the S, meaning it's dangerous to log on to it.
Yes, it is very dangerous to log onto it. That's a phishing system. That's a phishing system is setting for you to fall into that trap.
Yeah.
And most of the websites you see on Facebook display chlorine. But guess what? Some of them has HTTPS. You know why?
Right.
Because they're generating those websites from AI.
Okay.
And then you jump in there
So
before you go.
how do you know if that is not a phishing site to, because it appears with a secured link there, right? So
Yeah.
how do you know now that it is not? What are some of the means by which you would discover, say, okay, this is not secure? There's a technique to know already with an HTTP, you know it's not secure. That's one you would know. But then when it has an S to it, how will you know that it's generated from an AI to avoid it?
Okay. So as an engineer, that's security, right? That is security. Now, for the sake of this class, you're not supposed to be learning security, but I'm gonna tell you so that you can know this in the future. When you see things like that, right? For me, for anybody, when you see any website, the first thing you do, you validate where that website is coming from. And one of your validation would be what? To do an NS lookup on that website. You understand? And get that IP address and put that IP address in the Nmap and scan that IP address for trace. You understand? When you scan that IP address, it will tell you where that website is being hosted. Guess what? For one example, we are all Liberians, you know. There was a stuff that happened in Liberia that called the smart AI, right? How do we call it? Smart AI, right? Smart
Yeah,
AI that people put their money into that. You guys remember?
I heard about it.
Yeah, the smart AI that people put their money into it. And guess what? These guys enter the country and they grant them what? Legal status to operate without any cybersecurity engineer, which I doubt there was even any, to do a full vulnerability on that website.
Wow.
To even do a legality check, because those are things that you have to look for. But guess what? On that website, when that AI started from I told somebody, I said, that thing, the people hosting, they putting their money in there is, I look up that stuff, it's in India. Somebody controlling that thing right in India. In Bombay, there's a city in India. Somebody controlling that thing, meaning something bad is going to happen. And when that thing happened, that was my first time to appear on Spoon FM late night show to discuss that particular issue. You understand? A lot of these days, you go on Facebook, you see website partner with clothing, you like the clothes so much, or you like the shoe, right? You click on it, you put your credit card there.
Yeah.
Guys, that credit card information just going on somebody's laptop.
Yep.
That credit card information is going on somebody's laptop. So as an engineer, you don't have to be a cybersecurity expert before you know these things. Be aware of your surroundings. Social engineering, phishing, all of these things is around you. And when you're doing these things, when you're in development, those are all of these things that you put in a code to detect vulnerability. Because every website have a bootstrap, right? Every website have a bootstrap. What is a bootstrap? This is the bootstrap. Do you see the bootstrap? Meaning I can take this website right now, I access your computer and put this website on it and change information and then put it online, right? And say I'm doing this service. Somebody go click, they put the information that just comes straight to me. Yeah. That's what many people do. They clone people's website and then paraphrase and do a lot of crazy thing on it. Yes.
Wow.
So guys, class was we also call this a day at 10 o'clock, but because we ran into a lot of stuff for you to understand, so I just thought to kind of explain the essence of monitoring and to kind of go into detail of why you need monitoring. But again, we're going to stop here. Please, next week, I'm going to ensure that everybody in here is accessing Splunk and we can see everything we need to see before we get into the integration. Okay? So for those of you that have an issue, please go on the website and create a ticket. For those of you that don't have a credential, I'm going to issue you your credential. Once the developer send it to me, I will send it to you so that you can log onto the website and start on day one recalling, because that's the only way you'll be able to catch up.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, class. So
Maybe you say you're gonna call me today. I must have forgot to remind you.
yeah, you forget to remind me to myself. Man, I'm chilling with my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law and his wife just came from Liberia. But anyway, call me at 11:10. Okay.
11:10. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
AB,
Yep.
don't leave me here after everybody leaves.
Yeah, so though you were driving, so that why I didn't bother to even call your name today because I saw that you were driving.
Man,
Because I texted you, say you were driving.
sure. Dafa in town already?
Yeah, Dafa is here. Dafa was asking for you. Yeah, let me stop the recording, guys. 1 second.
Yeah, stop. I want to talk to Dafa. I know he's on.
Yeah, Dafa is here. Let me stop the recording.
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, I'm not able to stop this recording.
He probably took it where you gotta reclaim host.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, for some reason I cannot see. I mean, I just logged in directly to this, so Chris, are you there?
Chris should be somewhere. Yeah. Okay, Chris is the host.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why. That's why.
Christopher Mobile, my man, are you around your computer? Or sleeping even on the computer right now?
All right, let me do something. So 1 second. Let me do something.
Sure.
You're good now.
All right, good night, Lincoln. On my call, you got your computer all straightened up?